In this video, we're going to talk about function composition. So what function composition is when you plug one function into another function. So we use this little open circle notation to represent function composition. And the way I read this is f composed of g. And what it means is I'm going to take g of x and plug it in to f of x. So in this first example, they're asking me to find f composed of g. I'm going to take negative 3x plus 7, and I'm going to plug it in for x in the function f. So f of g of x is f of negative 3x plus 7. So I'm plugging negative 3x plus 7 into x. So that's going to be 2 times negative 3x plus 7 minus 5. And now I could do some simplifying. So I can distribute the 2, and that'll be negative 6x plus 14 minus 5. And then that'll give me, I'll just kind of come down here, negative 6x plus 9. And that is f composed of g. Plugging in g into f. So let's try that again. Let's go the reverse way this time. They want us to find g composed of f. That means we're plugging f of x into g of x. We're plugging 2x minus 5 into x in here. So I'm finding g of 2x minus 5, which would be negative 3 times 2x minus 5 plus 7. So distributing that is going to give me negative 6x plus 15 plus 7. And if I simplify that, that'll be negative 6x plus 22. And that's g composed of f. So they're not the same. Switching it doesn't give us the same answer. We get two different answers. But it's the idea of which function we're plugging into the other function. Let's do another one. So we're asked to find f composed of g. So in this one, I'm going to plug in g of x into f of x. Or I'm going to plug in x plus 1 into x over here in the function f. So I'm actually going to have x plus 1 squared minus 2 times x plus 1. So I have it twice because there's two x's that I'm plugging into. So I need to work out then x plus 1 squared, which is x plus 1 times x plus 1. So we're going to FOIL that. Oops. And also, I'm going to distribute negative 2 up here. And I'm going to do that really quick. So that's negative 2x minus 2. Okay, so now I'm going to FOIL this. Let's see, that's going to be x squared plus 1x plus another x plus 1. And then I'll bring that down. I'll just combine some like terms here. So negative x and, I'm sorry, positive x and positive x is plus 2x minus 2x. That actually all cancels out. And we're left with x squared minus 1. And that's our answer for that. Okay, so let's try one where we have to plug in a number. So we saw when you plug in numbers, you can literally plug numbers into the function. So let's see what that looks like. Let's say we want to find f composed of g of 2. So here, I'm going to write it down, which one I'm going to work on. I'm going to work on the first one. So that's f of g of 2. So I need to find g of 2. So g of 2, I'll do that in green. It is 2 minus 7, which is -5. So I'm going to find f of -5. So that means I'm going to plug -5 into this function. Oops, into this function, the f of x function. I'm going to plug it into that x right there. So that's going to be the square root of -5 plus 14. That looks like an S. See if I can try to fix it. That's better. Okay, so -5 plus 14 is 9. And the square root of 9 is 3. Nice. All right, let's do that again, but we're going to do the other one now. We're going to do g composed of f of 2. So here, this will be my like little workspace. So that means I'm plugging in, or I'm finding g of f of 2. So I need to find f of 2. So plugging in 2 into the f function is going to be, oops, that's a 14, not a 4. Come on, let me erase. All right, so that'll be square root of 16, which is 4. So that means I'm going to find g of 4. So I'm going to plug 4 in to the g function for x. So that will give me 4 minus 7, which is -3. So that's the first one, f composed of g of 2. And then that's the second one, g composed of f of 2. Okay, now I do have what I'm calling a bonus. And the bonus is that you can actually plug a function into itself. In other words, for this example, let's say I was asked to find f composed of f of 2. That means f of 2. So f of 2 means I know that f of 2, this right there, is 4. So, oops, f of 4 is the square root of 4 plus 14, which is the square root of 18. Now that one doesn't simplify nicely. However, 18 is 9 times 2, and the square root of 9 is 3, but can't take the square root of 2. So that's how you would find a function composed with itself. It works in function notation with all the x's as well. Like, let's just pretend that f of x equals a brand new example. Okay, new example. Let's say f of x equals 3x minus 4. And I asked you to find f composed of f. That means take 3x minus 4 and plug it into x here. So that would be 3 times 3x minus 4, close the parentheses, minus 4. And that would give us, okay, so we'd have to distribute. Oops. All right, so 3 times 3x is 9x, and then 3 times the 4 is -12 minus 4, so that's 9x minus 16. So it's possible to do compositions also without the number being plugged in. You just take that value and you plug it into x. Looks a little bit weird, or it sounds a little bit weird, but it's not too complicated once you've practiced plugging in one function into the other function. It really doesn't matter if it ends up being into itself.